Have you ever considered what the quality of your health is like, depending on the water that you drink? Your body is 75% water, and you deserve to drink the best water for your health. Hey, what's going on? My name is LaPrentiss Sampson from Legacy Builders, and I am honored to share with you this certified medical device that comes from Japan that will be all over the globe in the next 10 to 15 years. What this does is it takes your tap water, filters it, and then puts it through a process known as electrolysis ionization to ultimately make 7 different kinds of water. And so today I'm going to share with you the 3 distinct properties of the drinking waters, and then the 4 additional waters that this awesome ionizer makes. Ready? Let's get started. Alrighty, let's talk about those 3 distinct properties to our drinking water. The first one is antioxidants, the second one is alkalinity, and the third is superior hydration. Let's jump into that first one, antioxidants. So when you think of antioxidants, you probably think of blueberries, raspberries, your fruits and vegetables, vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E. Those are antioxidants. And what they do is that they actually protect us from these things known as toxins or free radicals. Free radicals are everywhere. They're in the air that we breathe, they're in the foods that we eat, they're in our electronics. And what free radicals do is they come into our body and they create oxidation and inflammation with our healthy cells. And those 2 things, oxidation and inflammation, is linked to every single health disease known to man. So I want you to picture for me biting into a delicious red apple. Now, if we set it on the counter and leave it there for a few hours, what starts to happen? It starts to brown, right? Well, that's oxidation happening in real time. You see, oxidation is positively charged, it creates rust and inflammation, and it leads to dis-ease in the body. And that's happening to us all the time. And so we want to consume antioxidants. Antioxidants are negatively charged. They bring down that oxidation, reduce that inflammation, and are essentially the fountain of youth. And so today we are going to look at all of these waters here to see if they're actually oxidizing us or if they are an antioxidant. Let's get started. So the first one I have here is Aquafina. Next up we have Dasani. Here we have Propel, and this is going to make up for all of your Gatorades and your sports drinks. We're going to obey our thirst with Sprite, and this is going to account for all of the sodas. So this is your Cokes, your root beers, and your energy drinks. Pretty much your carbonated beverages. Last but not least, we have Kangen water. Kangen means return to origin, and besides all these other beverages that are man-made, this is the only one that you'll find in nature. You can find this at the bottom of a waterfall, or when lightning strikes a lake, it ionizes the water, and that's another way that you can find this amazing water. Alright, so we're gonna look for our beverage to see if it is oxidizing us or not. And to do that, we're gonna use the ORP meter. ORP stands for oxidative reduction potential, or the potential to reduce oxidation. And once again, if we see a positive number, that means this is creating rust, inflammation, and dis-ease in the body. However, if we see a negative number, that means it's an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and it's essentially a fountain of youth. So let's start with Aquafina. We are getting a positive 240, all right? So this is oxidizing us. Let's check out Dasani. Here we are getting a 288, and it's steadily going up. Now let's try Propel. Here we are getting a 281, right? So even though this sports drink has electrolytes in it, it's still oxidizing. Now let's check out Sprite. Whoa, oh my goodness. Sprite is going at a 356, 367. So if you want to age the fastest, soda is the best way to do it. And now let's take a look at our Kangen water. Switch hands real quick. And oh my goodness, look at that. A negative 843. You can't eat enough fruits and vegetables in a single day to equate to 1 glass of Kangen water. All right, so there you have it, the first test on antioxidants. As you can see, this water is full of antioxidants. In fact, you can't eat enough fruits and vegetables in a single day to equate to 1 glass of this Kangen water. Let's go ahead and check out our next test, which is on alkalinity. All right, so our second test is on alkalinity, and just like oxidants and antioxidants, we have a way of being alkaline and acidic. You see, Dr. Otto Warburg discovered that cancer, sickness, and disease cannot survive in an alkaline environment. All right, so if we are made up of things that are more acidic, and if we're consuming things that are more acidic, such as cigarettes, alcohol, pollution, tobacco, all those things are going to lead to more acidity in the body. And when you have that, it starts to eat the electrolytes or minerals that we have in our body. All right. So with that being said, we are going to use pH drops. Okay. And pH stands for potential hydrogen. And we're going to see which of these beverages are either alkaline, which is going to keep our body balanced. It's going to keep our blood balanced at a 7.365. All right, that's what alkalinity does for us, and it allows us to stay in a great state for pushing out toxins. However, if we are acidic, if we're consuming things that are acidic, our blood is going to maintain that pH. It's just going to start taking it from us. It's going to start taking it from your skin. This is how eczema happens. It's going to start taking it from our bones and our joints and our ligaments. This is how we start waking up, we're cracking, and osteoporosis builds up. If we continue to remain acidic, we start getting brain fog, and it starts taking the minerals and nutrients from our brain. This is how we get Alzheimer's. So once again, I'm gonna go ahead and use these pH drops. If we see a red, orange, or a yellow, that means this is acidic and it's eating the minerals and electrolytes in our body. However, if we see a blue, a purple, or dark purple, that means it is alkaline and it's gonna keep us in balance. Let's see what we get. All right. So as you see here, just about all of these items here are acidic, except for our Kangen water here. And this is for numerous reasons. For one, both of these bottled waters here, they don't have anything in them. They are reverse osmosis and purified waters. And when we consume these, they end up taking the minerals from us when we consume them, and then when we excrete the waste out when we go to the bathroom. All right, so these don't have anything in them. And our alkaline waters, they do have stuff in them. They're filled with things such as Epsom salts, bleach, and baking soda that's inorganic. And our body, when we take those in, doesn't process it well. And so when the doctor says, don't drink too much alkaline water because you can get sick, that's what he's referring to. This water, on the other hand, has molecular hydrogen in it. And that's the reason why when we test for pH, which stands for potential hydrogen, it shows up purple because it is full of hydrogen. And that's why it's so wonderful. On top of that, the hydrogen is the strongest antioxidant known to man. So it's definitely going to push out the oxidation that we have and reduce any of that inflammation that we were talking about earlier. So you know what? Let's just say, LaPrentiss, I believe you, you're right. I'm gonna start changing my life. I'm gonna change the water that I'm drinking. And if you weren't drinking any of these other waters and you decide to make the switch, we can get you feeling good again. Get rid of some of those inflammations. Uh-oh. Propel's not working. Let me try this Sprite here. Oh my goodness, this stuff is very, very acidic. So even though I'm able to improve the water from the Aquafina and Dasani, Sprite and this Gatorade here, or Propel, is too strong. It's too acidic. So I highly recommend not drinking these at all. Well, let's just say we're doing good, right? Let's just say we're in this good state and we decide to go out, just have a little bit, just a shot of this Sprite here. Uh-oh. This was pure Kangen water. As you can see, it eats away everything. So I really would keep away from the sodas and energy drinks because they are full of sugar and they build up acidity the fastest. In fact, it takes 32 cups to neutralize 1 cup of soda. Alright, on to that third and final test, which I like to call superior hydration. And this one, to me, is one of the best ones out there because I'm going to show you a visual display of us making tea. Now, I know what you're thinking. LaPrentiss, in order to make tea, you have to boil water. Well, let's get to that. Let's see what happens, alright? So, when we drink water, a lot of the times, the water is so big that when we drink it, you drink a lot of it and it just sits in your stomach, right? Just clunk, right? Why doesn't it go anywhere? It's because the water is too big. So just think about it. If you had a bottle like this, and you had a vine of grapes, and you tried to stuff the whole vine in there, it's not gonna work. You're gonna have grapes all over the place. However, if you pick the grapes individually and put them in the bottle, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to get them in there. So what we're gonna do here is a visual representation of how this water is able to hydrate you at a cellular level. So we're gonna go ahead and pour some Aquafina and try to make some tea. And as you can see, we do not have any tea. I'm even bouncing the tea bag up and down, and you shouldn't have to jump up and down in order to get hydrated, right? However, once we try our Kangen water here, look at that. You can see that we're instantly able to make tea. So just picture for me a chain link fence, right? If we take a beach ball and we hurl it at that fence, it's gonna come right back to us, right? However, if we took a marble and threw it through that same chain link fence, it's gonna go right through, hit someone's car, and then you're gonna blame me for it. That's exactly what we're talking about when it comes to superior hydration. This water is smaller, has a smaller surface area, and it's actually able to hydrate you at a cellular level. Now, while you probably don't believe me, because the bag was wet this time around, so we'll do it one more time, just to show you. This water is just too big, and only hydrates us 10 to 15%. Now, what if I just use a little bit? Let's just say you are very, very dehydrated, right? Or let's say you were trying to cook something and you only had a little bit of the ingredients. You can use this water just as it is. And get the full nutrients. If you were taking supplements, you don't need as much. You only need a little bit to get the same power from this amazing water. Just goes to show you that if you're drinking the right water, you can actually be hydrated at a cellular level. So this concludes the 3 distinct properties of the drinking water. Now I'm going to share with you the 4 other waters that this amazing device makes. Alrighty, now that you've seen the 3 distinct properties of the drinking water, let me share with you the 4 other waters that this amazing ionizer makes. The first one I want to share with you is 2.5 strong acidic water. Now this water is fantastic for cleaning and disinfecting not only your home, but taking care of infections and things that you may have with your body, alright? Now, I have this amazing book here by Dr. Peggy Parker, and it's on ionized water protocols. You see, she is a doctor that focuses on neuropathic and biological advances, and she's made a whole book here on different ways this water can help improve your health, like with your body. So let me share a few of these with you. Let's see. We have protocols for skin condition, acne, blisters and burns, cuts, scrapes and wounds, diaper rash, eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, shingles, hair and scalp care, eye health, nasal health, oral care. Dentists love having this device for cleaning teeth. Acid reflux. Actually, it says right here that taking acid blockers actually creates a vicious downward spiral when it comes to proper digestion. However, this issue is one of the fastest to respond to drinking high quality ionized water. You see, she says high quality because there are other ionizers out there in the market. However, when we talk about high quality, this brand is what we're talking about. She has tried other ones out there in the market, and so far she doesn't recommend anything else other than this. We also have irritable bowel syndrome and UTIs and even more. So she has made a book that tells you specifically which waters to use in order to treat things not only for yourself, but she has another book that talks about your fruits and vegetables and then clean your whole home. So these are fantastic, and I highly recommend that you dig into these so you can change your world. Next up, we are going to talk about 11.5 strong Kangen water and how this is an amazing degreaser, how it can be used to clean and wash your clothes. And I'm going to show you a demonstration on how it's going to pull and remove the pesticides from your fruits and vegetables. Alrighty, let me show you the amazing power of this 11.5 strong Kangen water. So right here, I have some tomatoes, and while I am pouring these in, I just want you to think about how do you wash your fruits and vegetables? You probably pour them in tap water, right? So farmers are smart, okay? They want to protect their crops, and so they're putting oil-based insecticides, pesticides, and herbicides on their crops because when it rains, they don't want to have it all wash away. So it's oil-based, it's strong, and it stays on there for a while. And insecticide, "ide" means death. Okay, so it's meant to kill all those organisms that are trying to attack their food. All right. Let me see, how are we sitting here? This looks a little much. All right. So I want to demonstrate the power of this water. So what we're going to do is we're going to wash these tomatoes in regular tap water that I have right here. And then we are going to clean these other tomatoes here in 11.5 strong Kangen water. Now there's a reason why it's in this black jug, and that is because a few of the things that actually mess up this water is sunlight and air. So we want to keep this in an airtight container and away from sunlight because that's going to mess with the water. Go ahead and pour some of this in. And we're going to let those sit for a minute. Alrighty? And we're going to see which one does a better job, okay? So in the meantime, while that's happening, let me show you the power of this 11.5 water and how it is oil emulsifier, right? So what I have here is sesame seed oil. It's nothing special. I'm going to go ahead and put it into both of these. And as we know, oil and water don't mix, right? So let's go ahead and verify that with this tap water. We're gonna pour tap water into this first one here. And as you can see, it's exactly right. The oil and water do not mix, right? So let me go ahead and use this 11.5 strong Kangen water and see what happens to the oil. Look at that, it's like milk, right? So it literally breaks down the oil, which is fantastic because you can use this to clean your oven, use it to clean the grill that you have outside, and pick up any type of oil that you may have running around in the house. Alrighty, now let me go ahead and show you the test with tap water because we really haven't talked about it much. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these 2 cups here, and I am going to grab our tap water and pour some here. And the reason why is because most of us, we buy drinking water, right? But what are we bathing in? What are we washing our hands in, right? We're washing our hands in tap water. So actually, I'm gonna pour a little bit more. And the reason why is because I'm going to split it in half. So what I'm going to do is put half of it right here. A little more than half. I'm going to put my hand in this right here, all right? And I'm going to use these drops right here. These are chlorine indicating drops. And I want to show you how much chlorine is in our tap water, because the government is using chlorine to kill all the bacteria and organisms in the water. And as you can see, there's definitely chlorine in our tap water. And that's fine for killing those organisms, except for it makes it all the way to us. And we are one big organism, right? So even though there is chlorine there, when I go ahead and do this, there's no tap water, or there's no chlorine. Where did it all go? It's in my hand, it's in my bloodstream, it's in my body. Because of this, we have a shower unit known as the Anespa. It is amazing. It actually removes all that chlorine and actually remineralizes the water to where it feels like a luxurious spa that your body will absolutely love. Gotta check it out, highly recommend it. Next up, I wanted to share with you a book by Dr. Robert Ray. He wrote the book on killing cancer, not people, and that's because he lost both his parents to chemotherapy and radiation, and he does not want anyone else to go through that. And so he's written a complete book on it. And when we talk about tap water, he says this. Let me see. I would never drink regular tap water unless it was an emergency. The story about municipal water systems and the poisons that inhabit them would require an entire book to explain and document. The cancer risk among those drinking chlorinated water is 93% higher than those who do not. So just think about that. The tap water that we're consuming can lead to cancer extremely quickly, right? An extremely high rate. Also, in chapter 6, he has a complete section dedicated to our water. He says restructured ionized water could save your life. So if you know of someone who is possibly going through any type of cancerous issues, I highly recommend checking out this book. Another book that I have here is by Dr. Hiromi Shinya. He created the book The Enzyme Factor, and he is the #1 colonoscopist in the world. And on the back of his book, it says here, drinking Kangen water can help with obesity, medications often make you sicker, and your body is designed to heal itself. So he is the #1 colonoscopist, and he provides and recommends this water to his patients. In fact, I'm going to share with you, this is about to get nasty, because I'm going to share with you some of the things, some of the colons that he's looked at over the years. All right, so this is going to get a little touchy here, but let me go ahead and show you. This first one is a colon of a 45-year-old female with breast cancer and chronic constipation after 2 days of PrEP. So this is her on the left before the water, and then 3 months after treatment. And the next one is even worse. This is the colon of a 65-year-old female cigarette smoker with breast cancer. Like, her colon is black. And then after 3 months of treatment and using this water, her colon is practically normal again. And so Dr. Hiromi Shinya gives this water to all of his patients where he's doing colonoscopies with. And so if he recommends it for his patients, this is a must have. All right. So let's get back to our tomatoes. So we have our tomatoes here in tap water. Let's see how they came out. Not much has come off. And let's take a look at our 11.5 strong Kangen water. So that was just in 5 minutes we had all of this come off of it. I normally let them sit for 15 to 20 minutes to get even more of the herbicides and insecticides off of my produce. So this just shows you the power of how awesome this 11.5 water is for cleaning up the oils and things that are on our veggies. Alright, we got 2 more waters left. The next one is 6.0 Beauty Water, and this is phenomenal for tightening and toning your skin. And this is the same stuff that we are paying $10 to $50 for at a Macy's or at an Ultra to go ahead and get toners for our skin. Alright. Last but not least is 7.0 Clean Water, and this is just filtered water. It is perfect for time-release medications and if you're making baby formula. So that consists of all 7 of the waters. We have the 3 drinking waters, 8.5, 9, and 9.5 waters, and then we have the 4 other waters, your 2.5, 11.5, 6.0, and your 7.0 clean water. Now, I just want to leave you with one last thing before we take off. And that is a story from William J. Faulkner. You see, he's an eye surgeon, and here is what he said. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer and ulcerative colitis. The latter condition resulted in bowel obstruction, hospitalization, and threatened colon removal. After drinking Kangen water for 3 days, nightly diarrhea resolved, it has not returned in 2.5 years, and I'm off of steroids. None of my physicians recommended or approved my drinking Kangen water since they have never heard of it, including my 2 brothers, an ophthalmologist, and a cardiologist. I'm glad I did not listen to them. My gastroenterologist says I continue to be in remission, and my most recent colonoscopy was normal. So just think about this for a moment. What if you didn't give this water a chance because your doctor's never heard of it? What if you didn't give your body the chance to heal itself because no one else has heard of this water? You owe it to yourself to give this water a try. You deserve the best water for your health. And remember, our body is 75% water. So if we change our water, we can change our world. Thanks for watching this demonstration. I'll look forward to connecting with you in the future, and I'll talk to you soon.